My work is mostly quite humorous, but there's always a bit of an edge to it, or a darker undercurrent to tell another side of the story as well.
The music bed.
I've always been drawing since I was a little child. I grew up in a family of makers. When I was 5, I won a drawing competition in a national magazine, and I think that also helped me with the idea that I could be an artist. After school, I completed a degree in fine arts and illustration. I think for most artists, the beginning of their career, they have to do other things as well that are hopefully still creative. So yeah, I was an art lecturer, and I also worked at an advertising agency and an animation agency for a little while. But all through that, I kept on producing work and exhibiting, and then finally got to a stage where I could just do that full time, and that's where I'm at now. My works are very layered, so I make quite detailed drawings of all the elements that I want to use in the drawing, and then I start combining them and layering them and making the work fuller and denser. When I get to a stage that I'm happy with, I transfer it to the actual surface that I'll be working on. It's quite an intense process. My work takes quite long to make, and it's quite meditative and immersive, so it's enjoyable to do it. The characters have always been in my work, they've always been there, and they are quite, actually, even though the works are quite layered, the characters are very simple. What I mostly admire in other artists' work is a sense of simplicity and clarity. I think out of a sense of curiosity, I wanted to try and see what would happen if I did the exact opposite, if I went very complex and layered, if I could still achieve something that was actually in the end quite simple and strong. My works are interrogations of the complexity and the contradictions of human nature, and also the absurdity of life. I'm really fascinated with the ability that we all have for so much love and connection to one another, and then at the same time such cruelty and atrocity and stupidity towards one another. And in my work I create this kind of a parallel universe. In doing this, I'm trying to hold up a mirror to show that in our oddities and quirks and strangeness, we actually all just completely alike and the same, and we all want the same things. So the fact that I can actually manage to do that is really gives me a great sense of happiness and fulfillment.